Don't get lost looking for me. Today, we're going to help a brother from Heilongjiang repair the battery of a Dell laptop. This brother is quite skilled with his hands. He has already taken the shell off, and it's very intact. According to him, the battery has been used for a long time and doesn't last long before running out of power. This is our first time attempting to repair this type of battery. As those who understand laptop batteries know, they have a locking function. Since it's just not durable, maybe it can still be fixed. Let's help him take it down. This brother did a perfect job taking it apart. Almost no damage at all, and the shell is quite intact. His shell might be relatively thin. Some shells are very hard and aren't easy to take apart. This one seems relatively easy to disassemble. Since it's just not durable, it probably isn't locked. But we still need to proceed with the repair, using the methods for a locked battery. First, we need to confirm if all the battery cells have charge. First one, 4 volts. Second, 3.96V. Third cell, 3.98 volts. So all the battery cells have charge. It's probably just that they've been used for too long, making the cells less durable. These are Samsung Big Red type cells. We'll try to increase the capacity for him later, to make it last longer. When we work on this, notice there's a divider in the middle. When we connect the cells later, we need to leave space here. Because it has a lock, we must attach an external power supply first. This ensures the mainboard doesn't lock when we disassemble the battery later. Now, pay attention, solder some tin onto it. Be very careful when bridging the solder not to damage the solder pads connecting to the mainboard. We need to be daring when repairing this. Normally, this mainboard is somewhat similar to a locked chip. As long as we keep external and don't let the mainboard lose power, the chance of successful repair should be quite high. Now we find the external wiring and connect it step by step. First, start with the main negative terminal here. Start connecting. Okay, the external wiring is now connected. Next, get our power supply and turn it on. There must be power inside. The next step is to help him remove. The nickel strips. Okay, now the battery cells are removed. Most laptop batteries internally use these lithium-ion cells. Now we need to use cells larger than the original ones. Here we use these RATED capacity 3500 milliamp hours, right? Installing these will make it last longer. They need to be arranged like this. Like this. Next, we need to connect them. For connection, we need a small tool. Find this thing. The main purpose is to avoid the batteries with causing issues later. If the batteries are connected too close, it might not fit. If they're too far apart, the nickel strips inside might look messy. So we must use this tool to help with the connection. Okay, everyone see? This is how it will be connected later. There must be a gap in the middle, because there's a divider here later. The distance must be precise. Next, we'll get some wires to connect it. Next, connect them. After arranging them like this, we can start connecting. Like this. Okay, after working for a while, finally got it done. The previous soldering method didn't work. The width was inconsistent. Some wide, some narrow. It wouldn't fit neatly. Later, we resoldered it. Only this way is it neat. This looks simple but is actually very tricky. It's not as simple as it looks in the video. You need to leave space here. And also these wires here need to be tucked into this gap later. Very tricky. Now we also need to stick this double-sided tape here. Even though there are only a few cells, the difficulty is very, very high. Not easy to operate. Next, we need to connect. Originally, this was a nickel strip here. Due to space constraints, it's best to replace it with wire. This offers better flexibility. If we directly spot welded it here, and the connector didn't align later, it wouldn't be adjustable. This way, the effect is the same. Now, pay attention. We'll help with the wiring. The object is fixed. We must be flexible. Don't be too rigid. If you also try to use a nickel strip here, it wouldn't be easy to operate either. We need to consider many factors. Anyway, no matter what, this battery looks simple but is actually very difficult. Hard to operate. Don't try this casually. Extremely tricky. How to do it? Connect it here. Pay attention. Then route it over. Thankfully, here. Later, actually, it's just connecting the main positive terminal here and its main negative terminal. When we spot weld here, we can put something under the bottom. Actually, it's just this side. At this point, we can peel off the double-sided tape here. And position it. See, this side must absolutely be put in. And this side, tuck it in. Only this way can it be installed neatly and properly. Also, there's a temperature sensor here. This temperature sensor needs a bit of this glue to make it. Closely contact the battery. Make it form a white coating bond. Okay, now the battery is finished. This thing is not easy to handle, really. Proceed based on your own hands-on skills. Then we snap this side closed. See if it can close properly. Okay, the battery is now installed. Probably looks like this. Specifically, since this brother didn't send the laptop over. We can't test it for him. Probably when he receives it, he can test it himself. See if it works normally. If you are a beginner, especially with computer batteries, don't recklessly try to do this yourself. For an old hand like me, this gave me a headache. Sometimes it looks very simple. It's just 4 wires, but actually you need to consider many factors. Otherwise later, either the battery won't fit, or there will be various other reasons. Very tricky. You must act according to your ability. It took me almost 2 hours to get this done. If we were just repairing power tools normally, we could have fixed many in 2 hours. So this is quite difficult. Act according to your ability. As for whether it will work later, this brother said if it works, then use it. If not, just take the internal cells out and use them in a flashlight. Anyway, he didn't send the laptop, and we performed the repair, following the normal procedure for a locked one. But we shouldn't be too pessimistic either. Maybe it will work when he receives it and be very durable. This depends on the actual situation when he receives it. Because for this kind with a lock, we told him before starting the repair, and he was aware. Otherwise, if it's unusable, sending it back and forth would be troublesome, as you can see. So everyone, don't imitate this easily. Later, you might not only fail to install it, but the laptop might also not work properly. At the same time, thank you very much to this brother for his support and trust. That's all for this video. Thank you for your long-term attention and support. See you next time.